News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM. We are KFYO Mornings. Dave King, Matt Martin under the weather, and we have Rob Snyder filling in. 7:36 a.m., and this is a Thursday, and of course, that could only mean one thing, that Jerry Reynolds, your car pro, is on the phone.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. You got Rob sitting in there, do you?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm filling in for Matt today. He got some strep throat this week. It's been going around town.
Oh, I tell you, the flu thing in Dallas has really been something.
So you're at the car show in Houston?
No, I don't.
No, I did not make the Houston show this year. I normally do, but we try to kind of spread around because it's hard to do these shows, especially with the syndicated shows in the afternoon from the engineering standpoint. I'm sure Rob could address that better than I can, but it's tough. We've got Dallas coming up starting Valentine's Day. So between Detroit and Houston and Dallas, it was just rapid fire, and we just can't get everywhere. So we'll make Houston next year.
So were you driving something new this week?
I am, actually. Really nice 2018 Chevy Tahoe. Now, what makes this one unique is it's the first time you could get the big V8 under the hood. It's got a 6.2-liter V8, and it's never been offered before in the Tahoe. If you needed that big an engine, you had to either go to the Yukon Denali from GMC, or you could get it in the Cadillac Escalade. Well, that left only the 5.3 in the Tahoe, which really doesn't have near the towing capacity. So if people are out there that always wanted a Tahoe, needed to tow over 8,000 pounds, now they have an option. And it's this Tahoe. It's called the RST. Nobody knows what that stands for, but it's I figured, and although GM won't confirm it, Rally Sport Truck, because GM's used Rally Sport through the years. But it's kind of an entry into that Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT model, kind of performance SUV. It's got a really cool suspension and some fantastic 22-inch wheels. But it's pricey. It's $78,000 on the window sticker.
Oh, my word.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I made for a Tahoe.
The Tahoe, number one question, is short wheelbase. Tahoe is not really something that's really great for a towing vehicle, is it?
Well, it depends on what you're towing. Sometimes a short wheelbase is handy, especially when you go to back a trailer in.
Well, sure it is, but like a 25 or 30-foot travel trailer probably wouldn't be that you wouldn't want to tow that, would you?
You'll get some whip going down the road because of the short wheelbase. Nice when you're parking.
And one other question: that 6.2, is that the old 454 block?
Yeah, it is. As a matter of fact. Now this one is direct inject, which is something new for this year as well. So, this thing's got a lot of power. It's got 460 pound-feet of torque. So this thing off the line will just get and go. Of course, I'm getting around 11 miles to the gallon in town, but it does pretty good out on the highway at about 22. And the reason for that is it's got a 10-speed automatic transmission that, believe it or not, General Motors and Ford developed together. This transmission, this Tahoe has the exact same transmission that's in the Ford Raptor F-150. Little trivia for you.
Interesting.
So one thing I was looking at the specs that I noticed is 17 feet in length for the Tahoe, and I mean that's pretty. I mean that's pretty long now. I mean I guess that's what the Suburban was. Maybe 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, the old Suburban. It's big, it's tall, it's wide. It's got very comfortable seats. The kicker with this thing is if you put 7 people in it, or you could put 8 if you get the center row as a bench instead of captain's chairs. But if you put 7 or 8 people in there, you have zero cargo area in the back. I mean, the third row seat sits right against the tailgate. So if you're carrying people and cargo, you're going to have to go to the Suburban. Now, for comparison purposes, I'll have the new 2018 Ford Expedition next week. And so it'll be nice to have these two back-to-back to see how they compare.
The Expedition, I don't see too many of those newer models out on the road. I mean, I guess Ford is still selling enough of them to make it worthwhile, but, I mean, have those sales really dropped on that brand?
Yeah, I tell you, since 2015, when GM went to the third row full flat seat like the Expeditions had for a lot of years, that killed the Expedition. I mean, a lot of people were buying Expeditions just for that. And then all of a sudden it was offered in 3 other large SUVs. And these SUVs built in Arlington, the Tahoe, the Yukon, the Escalade, all very nice. Inside, they drive good. It's killed the Expedition. Now we've got this 2018 that's all new, all aluminum like the F-150 is. And it's coming with the 3.5-liter EcoBoost, putting out almost 400 horses. Yeah, I'll see what it's all about. I tell you, those have gotten pricey too. I saw an Expedition 2018. Now this was the extended length, but it had a window sticker north of $80,000.
So, that's just blowing my mind how fast these car prices keep increasing year after year.
The thing about it is, and this is a change I've seen over the last few years, the automakers are pricing their cars now for rebates. In other words, they're pricing up the window sticker so they can throw a big rebate on there. People are just going to have to get into the habit of not looking at window stickers because they're worthless. They mean nothing. What's the net price after the rebates? Because rebates have gotten to be such a big deal anymore. And it's going to wear out to where people just don't pay attention to stickers anymore other than to check fuel economy and equipment.
Right. Yeah. And then I guess on top of that too, you just have to be in some respects prepared to haggle with with whatever dealer you end up talking to.
And see how much who's given the biggest discount, and then throw the rebate on top of that. We put 3 new reviews up at CarPro USA this week. The 3 cool cars. 2018 Mercedes E400 convertible we talked about last Thursday. We put up the 2018 Jaguar F-Type convertible, which was kind of cool. And that's a 4-cylinder, believe it or not. And then a car that a lot of people have wondered about, 2018 Lexus LS500, their flagship. It's big car. It replaced the LS460 that's been around forever. And we've got a picture of that at carprousa.com. Some people are going to absolutely be turned off by the grill. I'll tell you that right now. Because I heard it with the RX350 and the other ones that they've gone to this massive grill. And this one is really big. So
it is funky looking, Jerry.
It's different.
I'm looking at it.
I got to say, it is different. And to sort of call attention to one more new thing that I'm doing on the website, if you look on that same page where we kind of our blog page, I wrote a first of a series of true stories from a former car dealer. And the first one I wrote about, and this is all about my experience when I was still in the car business, was a guy that won $1 million scratch-off and came into the dealership one morning. And I tell everybody, I walk them all the way through that in that article. It's fun. I've had great reaction from it. So it's carprousa.com.
Okay.
Cool. And don't forget, this week you can hear Jerry Reynolds and Kevin McCarthy on the CarPro Show Saturday morning starting at 11 a.m. Jerry, hey, great to talk to you this week. Jerry Reynolds, the CarPro. Of course, you can see all their reviews online at carprousa.com. And yeah, I can't wait to read that story about the lottery winner. That looks like it to be a hoot. 7:45 here on News Talk 95.1, 790 KFYO. I'm Rob Snyder filling in for Matt Martin along with Dave King. We'll be back after this.